What's going on, YouTube? Taz Flash here, and today, the long overdue reboot of my channel. I'm sorry, you guys. I went through a lot, to say the least, and gone a huge transformation into much better me. And now I'm back. I'm sorry for the long wait. Sorry for starting up my channel and just fizzling out so many times. And I thank you guys for your patience, for whoever's still here to see where I'm at now. I have put together an actual strategy this time in what I plan on doing for this channel. And I'm going to start here with this here list on this video so I don't get lost and ramble like I usually did. Okay. What's changed in my life is depending on everybody and learning to trust in myself and be confident in myself, and by doing so I was able to reach out to this community and be a huge help and be someone that everybody looked up to and came to for help. Joined a bicycle enthusiast club and found a new love for bikes that never understood existed even. And that brings me to this bike here. Having some troubles with the tube in the back tire. Her name is Darth Widow. I've had her for a little over 6 months now. This is my yard, my makeshift bathroom, the RV that I rent. The space that most of my videos from this point out are probably going to take place. Been living here for about a year now. It's my road dog space, the living room, my bedroom, kitchen, entertainment. Nothing fancy. And take you around here to my pride and joy. Everybody, this bike here is booze. This bike has become a huge part of me, my life, my lifestyle, my main form of transportation. This bike goes down, I'm lost. I've went to war to recover it. I've spent all kinds of money to keep it up and running. I've shaved her down to bare frame and painted her myself. As you can see, she's due again. Have bled so much on this bike for the community, for the family, but not enough for myself. But I managed to get a motor that's going to go on that bike soon. enough about what's changed. Let's go back to the list. I'm already 6 on the list. Alright, so my plans are going to be a lot more than what they was. I don't know where I put that. Is this it? No. Okay, I'll have to get back to that. I've made a 20-year plan, business plan. Try and start up my handyman service and do my artwork and make some furniture, make a line of furniture, maybe get back into sewing. Let me sit down before I make y'all dizzy. Maybe learn how to blow glass. Maybe get a TIG welder and try my hand at putting together some chopper frames of my own. Lots different. Last time I spoke with y'all, I was lost. Didn't know who I was anymore. I was just scrimping by, living on the streets, living in misery. And a lot happened to get me where I'm at today, and we'll get to that in future videos. But most importantly, I've found structure, I've found direction, and I found passion back into who I am. I found that when push comes to shove, I will stand up and make the tough call. I will do what it takes. But in the process of all that, I pushed myself under the rug. I've sacrificed everything, leaving nothing for myself. And trust me, I've paid for it. From some of the best people I've ever met in my life. I've paid for it. And now it's time to focus on what's important. It just this past weekend turned 35. Don't even know my own age, fucking whatever. 25 and 35. No, I'm not gonna edit this, screw it. Y'all laugh at me all you want. And I kind of feel like I'm too old for not having a piece of my own anymore. I'm too old for renting. I'm too old to not know how to fucking drive yet. I'm too old to be in this rut, to still be trying to start this business, to still be trying to find a family and build a future with someone. That'll be another video at some point. Most of all, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of it just being another phase and not the phase for the end game. And I'm sick and tired of putting everything I've got into everyone. while I'm just being taken for a free ride. And it's not gonna be like that no more. I'm done. This back has snapped 20 bales of haze ago. And all that's left now is to pick up my pieces and buckle down and do what I've known all along I need to do. And you know, no more excuses, no more, hey, I'm sorry, I just wasn't good enough. Now it's time for the real effort to be put in. It's time to go all in. I'll never be what I dreamed I could be if I continue sitting around worrying about what I'm not enough to be. Everybody wants to feel one way or another about me in this community, because I've done a lot of stuff, from recovering bikes that were stolen to helping squash beefs and end wars, and I've done my share of bad too. People depended on me, put their life in my hands, and did the best I could. But sometimes your best isn't enough. And sometimes it takes you not being enough and failing to pull you out of that thought process that you just reached a point that you're untouchable and that there's nothing else to learn, and that the choices that you're making truly are for the better, when in reality there's so much more to always learn. There's always another lesson to kick you on your ass and show you that you're not as humble as you thought you was. You're not all as mighty as you think you was. You reached the tip of the mountain and you let it get to your head, and you did the best that you can, but you were blinded and did the best you could for the people you cared about. But where'd that leave everybody else that you thought was family? Where'd that leave the community? I'll tell you where it left them. It left them feeling like all my efforts all along weren't real. They were just to gain their trust and love so that they'd follow me, or I could be their messiah, street savior, whatever. Never wanted to be none of that. I just stepped up where I thought there was a need and did what I could with what I knew, and got way the hell out of control in the process and fell real far. And after that, all I wanted to do was to crawl into my hole and just pretend that none of it happened. That this group that grew to mean so much to me wasn't really scattered to the winds. And that the people I fought and bled to bring together, didn't really think that through all this, I'm just a con artist that tried to get them all on my side to be able to use them for my whim. It was never like that. I genuinely cared. And I genuinely tried to guide people the right way towards unity, towards working together. I even put my face on the news yet again in my life. Only this time, I manned up and I did the talking. And I spoke my mind. And in so many ways, I feel I reached the community. And for a while there, the community was working together. What we all had done together, that we could never and never will do ever again apart, affected the community, made real change that this community takes for granted. Like the camping ban being lifted. You think that happened just by a bunch of people just continuing to get camping bans? Oh, well, we're just tired of writing tickets, so we're just gonna... No. That happened by the work of a large group of us that came together and did what was needed to be done. Now that we all gone away to our own devices and trying to gather ourselves and rebuild ourselves so that we can come back stronger and do so much more, we're looked at like traitors or cowards that walked away and that just never really cared in the first place. It's bullshit. When we were out there bleeding for y'all, y'all loved us for it. Now that it's us bleeding, y'all can't even support us on any mental support level or anything. All you do is keep on reaching out for more and more and more. But we're beat. We're destroyed. Me, myself, I went damn near 3 years straight at it. Okay? None of you out there have the right to say we don't have the right to fucking step aside and build us for a change. You have no idea the kind of shit that we all went through for you. The cops in our faces, the possibility of getting arrested just because we were feeding y'all. The people we lost out of our lives because we put them aside to be there for y'all. At some point, you're going to just have to step up for yourselves and realize that there are people willing to bleed for you that love and care about every last one of y'all. But you have to give us time for us. Because people like us are rare. And there are so many groups in this community from the past that are just like us, that did a lot of the same, if not bigger, things than us. They're not remembered like they should be. They're not honored like they should be, and neither will we. Because it wasn't about unity to the people that were receiving the help. People mulling each other over, fighting over tiny little inky-dink stuff that just didn't matter. They're in a worldwide epidemic. People throwing fists to the death because that person got to that sock hat before this one did, and he really wanted it because it's his girl's color. And so we're just gonna sit here in the middle of Tent City and bash each other's brains out and draw heat to the very tent of a bunch of people that weren't even homeless. We were out there sleeping in a tent when we had cozy homes to go to deal with that, to have the cops get in our face because we were the ones that gave y'all it, to almost see one of the beautifulest hearts that I have ever met in this city. One of the heads of Food Not Bombs, a group that I admired, wanted to be a part of, and modeled every bit of my activist heart after. I came here and I got the opportunity to meet these people like I did in Fort Lauderdale. But this time around, I got to work with them to really understand what it really takes to do that work. And I sat there and watched this woman, the head of Food Not Bombs here, bleed for this community in so many ways. Almost go to jail for y'all for trying to cook food in the park for y'all. But when she needed y'all, where were y'all? Seriously, where were you? You were hitting her up for more and more and more. When's the last time anybody out there seen her? Seen half of their friends, her friends that were out there working with her? That breaks my heart. People complain that the world is crooked and unjust and that nobody cares about anybody. But when it mattered the most, I count 100 people at least that came out of the woodworks. Just like us. Just like Food Not Bombs. And bled like never before for this community. And tried to come together and put together something worthwhile for y'all. And all you could do is suck and drain every bit of love and purity out of us that you possibly could till there's nothing left. And then you guys all sit out there. Every time I come around, I hear the whispers and the talks and the gossip about how nobody's out there for y'all anymore. It's not that. There's still people that love and care about this community, but we can't do it. We aren't equipped to bleed for people that just see it as freebies. It's a labor of love, people. It's no different than going out there and laying brick for a living. The only difference is the callus ain't on our fucking hands. It's on our hearts. And you broke every last one of us. When we were out there loving on y'all. You broke us. Now we need time to heal. So if anybody's got a problem with that, then whatever. I didn't use nobody. I didn't step on anybody's fucking toes that didn't fucking deserve it. I never fucking snitched on a motherfucker. And I put my best foot forward, knowing I wasn't enough. Knowing I was bound to fail. All of us did. Now, that all being said, I get to 7 on the list. I have a spoiler for y'all. In my new mindset, I'll call it for right now, I have decided that if I'm really going to buckle down on this channel, I'm really going to follow through with what I've planned out here, I'm going to need to make it more elaborate. So, in the following months, as I am starting up my channel again and working on re-establishing the current series that I had started over on my original channel, which is this one, I will also be starting new series of shows that I will be starting to do videos on. And this is also where the big spoiler comes into play. In the process, I will be starting a new channel. I will not be ending this channel. I will not be changing the format that I had on this channel. I will continue all the same stuff that I originally did on this channel. Only better, because I'm better now. I'm more me, and I'm more equipped to be able to handle that. Once I do get into the swing of doing daily vlogs and following through with the different series and starting a rotation and a schedule on how I'm going to go about all those series in the order that they're going to come out and how often and blah blah, I will be starting up new series on a new channel. I have not figured out what I'm going to call it yet, or any of that sort, but it'll be branded different than this channel. It won't have the intro and outro original format that I started out with years ago. This new format will be more direct and real and straight to the point at times. It may even be more raunchy as I can make it with YouTube's tight guidelines and whatnot. Yeah, I have a lot of plans, and I'm going to do my best to try and follow through with them this time. I also, that brings me to the next thing on my list at number 8 is I would like to thank a few of y'all. I can't for the life of me remember what your YouTube channels names were or who you are. I just want to put it out there to you guys that I really appreciate and love the fact that I did reach some of y'all, and that some of you have reached out to me and let that known. It was one of the biggest reasons why I gave up on my channel, is because I didn't think anybody was out there listening. And I really didn't understand enough about YouTube. The passion was there, but I was discouraged because I didn't feel y'all were watching. And I see that there's at least a few of you out there that miss me, miss my videos, miss the realness I brought to the table. And because of that, I am bringing back my channel, and I am going to start another channel where there will be even more realness. And it's also to combat the hypocrisy here on YouTube. Like, one of my favorite music playlists being deleted off of YouTube and me catching a strike and people not being able to see my YouTube playlist anymore other than my original post, these videos that I do that are my own videos. It's rotten. I've even put on all my video playlists that it's not my music, it's not my content. I don't make money off of my channel in any kind of way. I don't make money off of my playlist. Those playlists are there as a self-expression, not only to myself but to the culture of the world that I've come across there in my time on this planet. That playlist, All Rockin' and Rollin', took me 4+ years, and I was about to the $5,000 track limit on that playlist. I gotta start it all over again because someone put a strike on that playlist and had it removed because I put mainstream music on a playlist and I put it public for everybody to be able to see and enjoy it. It's hypocrisy, y'all. Why put music out there? Why